Hello and welcome to the final episode of the Nova Build project. This really is the finale because in reality this isn't the original PC that I ended up designing and building, but rather something much better, more like a Supernova PC. You see behind me, we've got all the parts we need to build one hell of an editing gaming PC. And yeah, let's just run down what we've got today. Let's start with our motherboard. We have an ASUS ROG Crosshair Formula 7 X470 edition. This motherboard, of course, means that we're going with Ryzen, and we're going to be pairing this motherboard with a Ryzen 2700X. This chip actually is a pretty decent overclocker. I've done some pretty nice overclocks on it, and this motherboard has actually proven to be quite stable. Our biggest issue is going to be fighting, of course, Aurora sync and the like with that. For RAM, we have 4 8GB sticks of TridentZ RGB memory running at 3000 megahertz. Once you put 4 sticks into a Ryzen 2 system, it has to clock down a little bit. I may be able to push up that memory. We'll see. This system is going to be designed around heavy overclocking, so let's see what we can do with that. For graphics, we actually have an RX 5700 XT overclocked edition from MSI. This is their mech style cooler, but we are going to be removing that cooler and putting on a custom water block by Alphacool. This water block has been specially designed for this card and the Sapphire Pulse, so it is guaranteed to work with this card. We also have an Elgato HD60 Pro. This is for, you know, video capture, the intent of this machine. This will allow us to kind of feed directly into the computer so that we can capture external devices, even secondary computers if we really wanted to. We're also powering this entire thing with a Corsair RX 1000X. This is a 1000 watt power supply from Corsair, fully modular, and we're going to be kitting that out with custom cables. For storage, we actually have a combination of drives. We have one M.2 1 terabyte SATA drive. We have one terabyte straight SATA drive. We have a 500 gigabyte SATA SSD, and then 3 4 terabyte drives that will be used as our vault storage. We're going to be putting all of that inside the Lian Li 011 Dynamic XL. You may have seen this case a lot recently, and that's because it's an awesome case. In fact, I know of 3 other YouTubers that are using this case right now for their production workstations. It honestly is second to none in its compatibility with water cooling, and you bet it, we're using some water cooling. We have an assortment of parts from EK that we're going to be using to cool the rest of our parts. We have a CPU block, the Velocity, which of course is here for our AMD processor. We have 2 360 rads that are actually going to be mounted on the bottom and the top position, 6 Vardar RGB fans, and the cherry on top of this build, a custom distro plate for the 011 Dynamic. This thing is awesome and hard to get. Like right now it's on back order, so luckily I have mine. I think that covers all of our parts. Yeah. So without further ado, let's jump into this because this is a lot of work, and as you can see, it's not exactly early in the morning. So I'm going to start And there you guys have it. It is done. I'm not going to be messing with it too much in the foreseeable future. And I love it. This is easily the most intense PC I've ever built. It's actually been a couple days because I've been benchmarking and testing and making sure everything was stable before I talk about this thing more. But those parts are for a completely different video. We actually have a full review on the case itself, plus the distro plate, and the graphics card coming up shortly on this channel. Either way, honestly, I love this thing. This is my dream PC. I honestly wouldn't change much about this. It performs well, it stays nice and quiet, and most importantly, the liquid cooling loop does its job. In fact, we were actually sitting around like 28 degrees Celsius when I first started this computer up. The fans didn't even go on. It actually went 0 RPM. So we're gonna talk about more in other videos and stuff, but thank you guys for watching this build montage. Thank you for this incredible journey. I think we completed this PC at about the same rate as a Jay's 2 cents PC build, so yeah, we got that going for us. So thank you guys so much. Wolfie out.